Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to race number 7 of the second season of the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series powered by the WRA. Getting ready for pole day qualifying for tomorrow afternoon's race. And the '07 of Lucian Bianchi, the first driver out onto the track. Beautiful weather here in Fort Worth, Texas, as it always is. As we're ready for all 3 series racing here in the Lone Star State. We're going to have 10 minutes of qualifying for both Go or Go Home and the main qualifying, so it'll be about 20 or so minutes. I don't know what's going on with my... what's going on. 48,110 for Bianchi, but this will be his first time lap. 35 drivers are here this weekend for the 12 starting spots, which will mean a total of 24 drivers not making the show this weekend. That's Maria Steiner just coming out on the track. First lap for Bianchi, 33.939. There's Joshua Ambrosio. Mohammed Zain fell out of the top 30 as he looks to try to avenge what happened. Failed to qualify for Pocono last week. I'm playing NBA, but I'm doing the NBA commentary in the background. Zain dropped down to 34th in the points with his D&Q last week. So he's looking to bounce back this week. Jacob Foster, we'll see him tomorrow in the Busch Series, of course. There's Danny Johnson trying to make the show this week. It would be his 6th start. He's only had one D&Q, and that was last week at Pocono. Same with Mohammed Zain. Quincy Jones, one of a number of drivers we're trying to see make their debut should they make the show tomorrow afternoon. As we're looking at Trinity Lee in the 81. There's Quentin Moore. We'll see him tomorrow afternoon trying to qualify the Busch car and then trying to make it into Sunday's Winston Cup Series race. William Brock in the 117. Trying to make the show this week. Ebonia Mirbo is another driver trying to make her debut should she make the race here for the Truck Series. We'll see her tomorrow afternoon qualifying the Busch car. She is locked in the show over in the Busch Series. Scarlett Wallace in the 76. CJ Bracken, another Texan driver, trying to make the show for tomorrow to make his Truck Series debut tomorrow afternoon. Xavier Rand in the 5. Dara Schmidt fell out of the top 30 in owner points. This is her first Go or Go Homer session. She is 5 points below the 30th in the standings cut line. She's currently 18th quickest in this qualifying session. There's Pedro Sales. Samantha Johnson back in the 38 this week. Still hasn't found any speed. 29.857. Ruby White made last week at Pocono. Cheyenne Berkshire in the 15 machine. She dropped down the spot to 33rd in the points. Here's our other driver if she makes the race for tomorrow afternoon, Helga Gunnarsson, who is going to be in the Red Bull GT Series replacing Elena Aurora. Aurora was originally scheduled to drive the 13. Instead, it'll be Helga Gunnarsson. I think the main reason for that is because I think Elena Aurora wanted to step out of the GT Series just to recover from that vicious wreck she had last season at April, which makes a lot of sense. There's Skylar Davidson, currently in the 6th position, which is kind of understandable. Skyler, 41st in the points, did not qualify for Pocono. Did qualify for the Busch race, so you got to give her props. Lauren Grubius made her debut last week. We'll see her tomorrow afternoon, qualifying the Busch car. Hannah Smith right there with Tyler Thomas. There's Xavier Rand, Lindsey Sutton. Sylvia Cunningham trying to make her second start of the season. She made her debut last week at the Pocono Raceway. Sales 30th quickest. Rogel Dorn 35th. He is the slowest of the Gorgo homers. Donovan Carter on the bubble with Victor Alvarez. They've come to pit road. Timo Mauser on pit road. Timo comes in this race 32nd in the points. He is 13 points below the 30th in the standings cut line to be locked in the show. There's Nick Pericles, currently 8th quickest. Cody Goforth, the fastest in this session. Cody Goforth having a dismal season. He's made the most starts out of everybody. The problem for Goforth, he is 54th in the points table. As Maria Steiner looking to find some speed, Jacob Foster has not found any speed. Jacob Foster, we'll see him in the Red Bull GT Series after Trucks, Busch, and Cup are done. When that series will start is TBD. Mohammed Zain, 20th quickest. Danny Johnson, 29-29. Timo's back out on the track. There's Quentin Moore. Sasha Bright now on the bubble, along with Skylar Davidson right near the bubble. Sasha Bright, a 29-112. Quincy Jones. Quincy hasn't raced a lot. I think the last time we've seen Quincy Jones was the AutoZone Amateur Series. That was the last time we've seen Quincy Jones. He has not run anything until now. And he's looking to make his Truck Series debut tomorrow afternoon. Trinity Lee having a good qualifying effort. Ebonia Mirmoez on the outside looking in. The good news for Ebony, we'll see her tomorrow afternoon. Whether she makes this race or not, Ebonia Mirmoez will be in the Busch race. We'll see her qualified tomorrow afternoon. CJ Bracken trying to find some speed, trying to improve a 29-142 on the 121. Of course, he has no points to fall back on. He's also going to attempt the Busch and the Cup race here this weekend. Adro Sales, Dara Schmidt doesn't look like she's going to improve her time. Sylvia Cunningham needs to improve her time. Same with Cheyenne Berkshire, William Brock, Gunnarsson third quickest. Danny Johnson just bumped Sasha Bright, went 6 1,000ths faster. Skylar Davidson looks like she's going to be locked into the show, barring anything happening in the next 140. So it looks like soon to be a rookie for DVR in the Red Bull GT Series will race tomorrow afternoon. And as soon as I say that, Mohammed Zain just bumped Danny Johnson at a 29.072. So Skylar Davidson hoping to be in the show. Grubius went 10th quickest. That's why the 67 got bumped. So Grubius trying to make her second race in a row. Down to a minute to go in this session. Of course, she's in this pack right here. Did not improve her time. She's in this pack with, that's Hannah Smith and Lindsey Sutton. Lindsey looks like another D&Q for her. Ruby White, Rogel Dorn, Victor Alvarez, Donovan Carter. In the 16, looks like Donovan's not going to make a start this season. We talked about Courtney Lynn, Brenda Evelyn has been struggling. Finally made the Winston Cup race at Pocono last week for her first start of the year, and now Donovan Carter has failed to qualify for every race. So I'm not really sure what's going on with Donovan Carter. Maria Steiner, currently 19th quickest. Doesn't look like she's going to race tomorrow afternoon, which is a shame. Joshua Ambrosio looks like he will. And I don't think Cody Goforth's 28.688 is going to be endangering anyone. As that is it. Muhammad Zain, by the way, got bumped. I think it was the 117. 117, William Brock and Quincy Jones are now locked into the show. That puts Skylar Davidson now on the bubble. But I don't think lap times are going to get improved. I don't know. I think lap times might have been finalized as Muhammad Zain currently trying to find an answer. His lap time did not improve, so that his lap stopped scoring. So I think Skylar Davidson is going to be okay. And she looks like we'll race tomorrow afternoon. And that is indeed the case. So, Cody, go for it. Joshua Ambrosio. Helga Gunnarsson will make her rookie debut tomorrow afternoon. Nick Pericles, Dora Schmidt, Trinity Lee, William Brock, Lucian Bianchi, Quincy Jones, Lauren Grubius, second race she's made in a row, and Skylar Davidson will take the final transfer spot into tomorrow afternoon's race. Unfortunately, the drivers who will not race tomorrow afternoon and have failed to qualify, Muhammad Zain does not make the show for the second week in a row. Danny Johnson, Sasha Bright, Ebony Mirwes. We'll see Ebony tomorrow afternoon in the Busch race. This was, by the way, the 22's first attempt this season. Jacob Foster, we'll see him tomorrow trying to make the Busch and the Cup races. CJ Bracken, Maria Steiner, Pedro Sales, Lucas Sales, Lindsey Sutton, Donovan Carter, Rogel Dorn, Cheyenne Berkshire, Scarlett Wallace, Hannah Smith, Samantha Johnson. So she's like oaf and whatever. Quentin Moore, Ruby White, Sylvia Cunningham, Tyler Thomas, Xavier Rand, Victor Alvarez, and Timo Mauser, those drivers, unfortunately for them, have failed to qualify. So tough break for them. They will have to try again next week. And for the 12 drivers that have moved on to the next round of qualifying, next week, by the way, we're heading to New Hampshire, so there you go. So we'll take a break. We'll have these 12 drivers join the other 30 drivers locked in the show as Pole Day Qualifying for the Truck Series continues on the World Racing Association's Multimedia Network. Welcome back to Pole Day Qualifying here for the Craftsman Truck Series powered by the WRA as we're ready for second round qualifying. As we have 42 drivers all ready to go, ready to qualify for tomorrow afternoon's race. A lot of headlines we're going to discuss coming into this weekend's race here at the amazing Texas Motor Speedway, coming off what was a very interesting race weekend last week at Pocono. This is, by the way, my first Truck Series race I've recorded in a while because of all the Cup Series problems that we had last week trying to get that race done, just FYI as I'm recording this. Dylan Ibrahimian is going to kick it off as he comes in this race 8th in the points table coming in. So far this season, 1 top 5, 2 top 10s, 1 pole, 1 lap led all year for Ibrahimian as he looks to try to get his first win on the year. Second week in a row, one of Samad Oskin's drivers has failed to qualify. Last week at Pocono, Muhammad Zain, DNQ'd. This week, Muhammad Zain, you guessed it, DNQ. 10 minutes on the clock, same as Pole Day the Gorgom qualifying session, so everybody has the same amount of time. Trinity Lee already put out her first lap, but that's behind the start-finish line. As we're going to see what Ibrahimian's first time lap is going to be. Better than the 46.671. It will be a 39.26. Same conditions we had in round 1, so nothing big to talk about as far as that is concerned. Erica Douglas gained 12 spots up to 13th in the points in that number 78 machine. Erica Douglas, will see her tomorrow afternoon attempt to qualify for the Busch Series race you'll see here on the Blue Hedgehog TV on Saturday. She puts up a 36.88, so she goes top of the board, but that got beaten by Ibrahimian because of draft. Michael Brown drops 10 spots down to 17th in the points. Michael Brown looking to try to bounce back after a tough race at Pocono last week. Of course, Michael Brown, we'll see him tomorrow afternoon trying to make the Busch race. Currently going up to ninth quickest. There's Daniel Gitteroth in the 14 machine. Dropped 7 spots down to 22nd in points. At least this time I didn't bleep up his name. So there you go. Ashton Ingersoll in the 64. Comes in this race third in the points. Oh, Shyla Ascroft has gone up in smoke. So it looks like an engine related. And we're being told the 9 of Chikara Takashi has got an oil leak. That's not good. Skylar Davidson just raced her way in. Bora Park, we'll see her tomorrow afternoon. Qualified the Busch Car. 4 spots dropped down to 6th in the points for Bora Park. Ashton Ingersoll. There's Mark Simpson. 14th in the points coming into this race. Shyla's gotten whatever the issue fixed on her number 2. So she is going to be heading back out on the track. Samad Oskin, 29th in the points, got back up into the top 30 in the standings after a good run at Pocono. He is now 1 point above the cut line. Sophia Woodward talked about a number of drivers trying to racing in what would be the closest they would get to a home race. Well, Sophia Woodward is 3 hours away from Texas Motor Speedway. She's from Oklahoma City. 20th quickest. She's 25th in the standings. A total of 19 points above the 30th in the standings cut line. There's Pericles, Bianchi, Brock. They raced their way in. Same with Ambrosio. Sam Vickers. Sam Vickers comes into this race 23rd in the points. Carlos Rodriguez in the 33, still running the black Monaco Chevrolet, jumped up 10 spots to 12th in the points table. Anna Berger, who's currently 40th quickest, now 39th, jumped up 6 spots to 11th in the standings. There's Dara Schmidt, 1 point below the cut line to get back in the top 30 in the points. 38th quickest, but she's in this big pack with Anthony Ritchie, Addison Peterson. We'll see her tomorrow afternoon qualifying the Busch car. Peterson comes into this race. That would be Addie, 26th in the points. Anthony Ritchie, 5th in points, Remember, Anthony Ritchie failed to qualify last week, or back at Phoenix. There's last week's winner, Luis Hernandez. First win of his Truck Series career, jumped up 8 spots to 4th in the standings. Dylan Cunningham jumped 7 spots down to 10th in the standings. Shyla Ascroft, we'll see her tomorrow afternoon, attempting both the Busch Series races. She's also going to attempt to qualify for the Cup race on Sunday. Shyla comes into this race 28th in the points. She's only 4 points above the 30th in the standings cut line. Tatiana Guerra in the 20 truck, 2nd in the points, currently 17th quickest. Gretchen Miller, your rookie points leader, coming in this race, an overall points lead by 16 points, currently 22nd quickest as far as that is concerned. Mark Gaines in the 3. Mark is up 5 spots to 18th in the points. Good run for the British driver. Ashlyn Wright, 13th quickest, 9th in the points. Just took the points lead in the Busch Series last week at Pocono. Had a very quiet run in the Cup race as she's continuing to get away from 35th in the standings. There's Alina Ritchie, 19th in the points. Talked about Cody Goforth. There's Maisie Creighton, another driver we need to talk about. Dropped 12 spots to 20th in the standings. As I was just trying to get to there's Grubius, Ingrid Pollard. Grubius, will see her tomorrow for Busch qualifying. Ingrid Pollard 24th in the points. Not the season she would have liked. Zachy Panini, we haven't talked about Zachy the last couple of races. He's up to 16th in the points, currently locked in the show. Rachel Sutton raced her way in, same with Quincy Jones. We'll see how Quincy will do in his debut race tomorrow afternoon. Abigail Furling dropped 9 spots to 27th in the points. She is a total of 12 points above the 30th in the standings cut line. Zach Foster, his brother Jacob failed to qualify. Zach is 21st in points. Let's see, Jones. There's Chikira Takashi, just almost turned Sam Vickers around. Takashi dropped 2 spots to 15th in the points. We'll see Kasumi in the Cup race, trying to make the Cup race for Sunday. And this is the gal who needs to have a good run. Anna Steiner in that critical 30th in the standings. Needs a solid run tomorrow afternoon if she wants to stay in the top 30 to have her spot be locked in the show. Dar Schmidt. Ibrahimian is now the quickest in this session. There's Addison Peterson. We just talked about her. Talked about Dodge's form. Here's Victoria Hughes. Vic is 7th in points. Having a very quiet second year. Cunningham's back out on the track. I basically already discussed about everybody. Look at all these trucks right together, and they're about to catch Skylar Davidson, 30th quickest. Ashton Ingersoll. Let's find our fastest one. Dylan Ibrahimian, 28.612. As of now, Dylan Ibrahimian looking like he will start on the pole for tomorrow afternoon's race. I don't think anybody's going to beat a 28.612, barring a shot clock cheese by anybody. And it looks like William Brock will be alongside. That was not the driver I wanted. I'm going to get back to the 80, please and thank you. Good qualifying for William Brock. He'll be on the front row, it's looking like, as the zeros are now. Oh, never mind. Chikira Takashi just pulled a shot clock cheese. 26 as, wow. I think the ratings might be a issue here. I think something is up with the, I think Chikira's truck had some mechanical problems. I don't know what the hell happened to Chikira Takashi. I'm just going to stop it so that way my game does not crash. But Chikira Takashi apparently put the fastest lap, but there might have been a glitch on that truck. So they're going to have to figure out why that truck had a glitch, and looks like they're going to have to, I got to figure out what was her lap time before. But if they have to fix that glitch, Takashi will have to go the rear of the field tomorrow afternoon for safety reasons, which the officials have confirmed they will have the 9 go the rear of the field, because there would be no reason why she would set a 26.737, if you ask me. So that would mean Dylan Ibrahimian will start on the pole for tomorrow afternoon's race. Takashi will have to go fix whatever the issue is, and he'll have to start last in this race. William Brock will be on the front row. Zachy Panini, Alina Ritchie, row 2. Sam Vickers, Carlos Rodriguez, row 3. Looking at the rest of the lineup here, with a 9 going to the rear of the field with a glitch. I'll have to see where the 9 qualified, as we'll go back since I have the session already stopped. Because I don't know why the 9 all of a sudden put the fastest lap on the board. Because there has to be like a glitch or something. Let's see what the 9's lap was. The 9 will start 17th. not the pole. So there must have been a glitch. So she would be right, or Takashi would be right here, starting in 17th. So they will put the 9 truck back to 17th. So from go forth on up, it will be correct. 19th on down is correct because there was not an issue. So yeah, the officials will go ahead and put the 9 truck back to 17th because there should be no reason why there's a glitch issue. Some of these drivers are going to have some work to do right now with where they qualify. But again, Texas is a track where you can pass. Pitch strategy is going to be a factor and all that good stuff. But congratulations to Dylan Ibrahimian on winning the pole. It is not Takashi, would be starting right where Cody Goforth is. So from Ibrahimian to Goforth, they will move up. And Takashi will be alongside of Michael Brown. So that is how it is. So I will make sure this is fixed down in the description or in the Discord. Link is down in the description, by the way. But other than that, I hope you enjoyed this qualifying session for the Craftsman Truck Series. If you did, be sure to give this video a like, subscribe to become part of the World Racing Association crew today. We've shown you your starting lineup. Again, the 9 had a glitch, so we'll put the 9 truck back to 17th. But other than that, we've already shown you your starting lineup for tomorrow afternoon's race. We'll see you tomorrow for the Busch Series qualifying coming up at 2, then the truck race at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Until tomorrow, I've been Dita Voles, as you've been watching another broadcast of the World Racing Association's Multimedia Network.